Good morning, Miss. We are Group 2 with our title of The Influence of Traditional Media and AI-Driven Platforms Towards Cultural Stereotypes and Narratives, and we are going to be doing a podcast. And today this is our guest stars. I am the host, Clarissa.
I am Theo, one of the guest stars.
My name is Wilbert.
My name is Neta.
And I'm Sharika.
Wonderful evening having them with us today. But first, I'd like to ask Neta a question. Can you explain the impact of mass media globalization on people's behavior and how technologies such as AI can help overcome them?
First, social media shape people's behavior. Especially teenagers, viral content such as extreme diet trends can negatively influence them, especially if not accompanied by correct health information. Second, there is an imbalance in focus of attention. Digital mass media make important issues such as climate change or global crisis drowned out by light viral content. And this is where the role of AI, artificial intelligence, can be very helpful. AI can be used to filter and recommend more educational content, such as suggesting trust health video or articles that are relevant to the user needs. In addition, AI can also be used by social media platforms to detect and warn about potentially dangerous content, such as unhealthy diet trends.
Thank you for the answer, Neta. Now, Sharika, how do mass media and digital technology, including AI, influence the formation, preservation, and transformation of stereotypes in society?
Okay, thank you, Clarissa, for the question. Now I will answer it. Mass media and digital technology, including AI, shape how stereotypes are formed and spread in society. Through social media and online platforms, biased portrayal of different groups can quickly go viral and influence public perception. For example, Western media often portrays black individuals as violent or primitive, as seen in movies like The Gods Must Be Crazy, where Africans are shown as uncivilized and wearing minimal clothing, while white characters are often represented as leaders or saviors. This representation can reinforce racial stereotypes globally. In short, media and AI can both reinforce stereotypes or become powerful tools for change, depending on how they are used or who controls them.
Clark, I have heard about critical media theory, but what exactly is critical media theory?
That's a good question, Wilbert. Now, critical media theory, which is often associated with Frankfurt School by Adorno, it's about the idea that media isn't just merely entertainment, but it is also industrialized, commercialized, and being used to portray a certain stereotype, and media reflects and reinforces the interests of dominant social groups. Now, this is very bad because in AI, where we use data, they're going to be taking from data, especially in movies or things that are well known, which are stereotypes, and this will be very bad and amplifying the detrimental effects to existing stereotypes, and this is not going to be really good for intercultural communications. Now, Theo, what other media effects that happens in our day-to-day lives?
Well, there are three media effects. There's perception of reality, agenda setting, and identity construction. Perception of reality is basically media doesn't report what's happening, but also it's actively shaping how we perceive our reality around us through careful framing or repetition and other things. And then agenda setting theory. The media can't change about what we think about something, but it can affect about what we think about. Basically, it can make us think more about certain things than others. And then lastly, there's identity construction. Media can affect how we see ourselves and what we do by having repetitions and such as echo chambers and things.
That is amazing answers. Now, Wilbert, last but not least question, what makes mass media related to cultural learning?
So first we have to know what is cultural change. So cultural change is a process which individuals develop their own culture, which can their value, belief, and norms. And then, of course, it is related because cultural learning, it is through three processes: observations, interaction, and communication. And with this, of course, people will change how they communicate with other person. For example, if we talk to a person and we have stereotypes about them versus when we don't have stereotypes about them, of course, how we talk to them will be different. And mass media has an important role about how we develop our stereotypes to a certain people from a certain culture. So with that is all. Do you have any more questions?
No longer. You guys have answered perfectly. Now then, thank you, Miss, for listening. This is our podcast, and I hope we add some more new information for you. Thank you.